Morning at NTV. Good morning if you've just joined us. It's a few minutes to the end of the show, but before we wrap it up today, Reality on the Ground, I am honored today to have Samad Davis, and this is a guy that is so into movies and so into boxing. So we have been having a chat this morning, and it's all about movies and boxing. Good morning, Samad.
Good morning to you.
Nice to have you here.
Pleasure.
Is this your first time in Uganda?
I was here a couple years ago. In and out.
In and out.
But
just tourists just going through the country, and
so to speak.
So to speak. How did you end up here the first time?
I was working on a TV show, and we shot in 8 countries. It was a reality show. We shot in Nigeria, Senegal, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, and South Africa.
Okay.
So it was just a reality, in and out.
Did you have fun here?
Had fun here.
Most people that come to Uganda come back the second time and the third time.
Oh, I will be back more and more. I hope to be back more and more.
So you're a movie producer?
Yes, and director.
And director.
Correct.
Content creator.
Content creator is what I like to call myself.
And you're a boxer as well, just for fun. Just not a professional boxer.
No.
Like
I love the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
I love the sport of boxing.
How long have you been doing it?
I think since high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, since high school.
Why boxing? Because many people say, man, football, there's soccer, there's tennis, there's all the fun games that boys seem to be into. Why boxing?
Yeah, I mean, boxing is, you can find out who you are and who you're not in that ring.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think life is a form of boxing. It's strategic. I like to use boxing as my way of thinking in real life.
I think the one thing that I can relate boxers to is chess players.
Yeah, it's the same thing. People use the analogy of chess all the time.
In boxing.
In business, let's play chess, not checkers. You know checkers?
Oh, yes.
It's the same strategy,
Okay.
Sometimes life gets you down. Sometimes business is not going right. Sometimes work is not going right, and you're on the ropes, as they would say. Right?
Well, you're not here just to train because you're a boxer, not professionally, but a fan of boxing. That's the reason mainly why you're here. You're a movie director, content creator.
Yeah.
And what brings you around this time around?
First of all, tourism. I wanted to see Uganda more so. No, not enough, but I want to do more, and then also get to understand the industry, because I've been coming to Africa. I'm American naturally. Yeah. I've been coming to Africa for 11 years, and I've worked across 16 countries in Africa. I produce some of the biggest TV shows, and I have films out in theaters in South Africa, in Ghana, Nigeria, and so I wanted to start to understand Uganda and see how we can start incorporating Uganda into some of our film and TV projects.
Okay, talking about Uganda, have you watched any of our movies?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't, and that's why I'm starting that process too.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's your plan? You want to incorporate Uganda into your content creation and movie production. What are you looking at particularly?
I'm always looking for stories. Compelling stories, universal messages that can not only play in Uganda, but can play across the rest of Africa and in the U.S.
Okay.
So I like to try to bridge the gap through the power of entertainment. Film and television is a powerful medium where you're able to shift perceptions and messages and make something that is unfamiliar to people familiar. Right? Okay. And that's the power of film. That's the power of TV, especially in this social media age, right? So I have a really big platform, and I want to use the platform to the best of my ability, and I want to share that experience between stories and culture between the U.S. and Africa.
Okay. In case you're just joining us, I am seated here with Samad Davis. He happens to be a big fan of boxing. You can tell by his stature here. And he's a movie producer and a content creator. He's in the country for a project that you are working on. Tell us more about that project.
Well, it's a few things. Again, I'm on a fact-finding mission, I would say. First and foremost, seeing the country, meeting the people, breaking bread with people. Yeah. Very beautiful country, very beautiful people, very nice. Yeah. I've been treated very nicely, and I appreciate that. And then again, meeting meeting you.
Creating a connection.
Creating a connection. That's the first step. You can't just go into a place and say, I'm going to do this or that.
Yeah.
Here's what I have to offer. Let's talk and let's see what's possible.
Okay.
And I would love to be a part of helping to elevate. I've done this stuff in Ghana. I've done this stuff in Nigeria, West Africa, South Africa. I have companies in South Africa. So I actually flew here from South Africa.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah. So I really look forward to seeing what's possible, what's next, how we can collaborate, how we can help elevate our stories, our television series, you name it.
Okay. For the time you've been here, how long do you have left?
1 day.
1 day. Have you seen anything? Have you gotten to meet people or get to
yes.
Hear of some stories that you think you can work with?
Yeah, there's some things I can't share now, but there are some things that I think are very compelling. I want to look at how we can help develop that further and see how we can tell it in a way where the world can accept it.
Okay. What's the biggest movie you've produced?
Biggest movie, I produced a movie called Muslim with Danny Glover and Nia Long.
Oh, Danny Glover, that's a big name.
Yes, a big name. I did another movie with Vivica Fox.
Oh, yeah?
Called Three Can Play That Game.
Oh, Three Can Play the Game.
Yes. So I directed that film. And I have a bunch of other independent stuff I have a film that was called Love by Chance.
Okay.
That went out in theaters across Africa and on DSTV and all those other platforms. And then a lot of stuff in the States. So, but that was a film that was a collaboration between, it was a South African and American story, you see? So, and it went out in theaters in the U.S., it went out in theaters in Africa. So it's the same kind of concept that I'm saying. If I can find compelling stories that we can develop and either co-produce with production companies here and tell that story where we can put it out in Africa and possibly the U.S. and Europe.
Okay.
You see, so and that will help. I have a passion to break the barrier or the ignorance of what Africa is all about.
Samad Davis, thank you very much. Let me tell you this for once. If you're introducing yourself to anyone in this country, all you have to do is tell them, I produced Three Can Play the Game. That's it.
Oh, I directed that.
Directed that. And the other stuff, you can let it go. that was a big movie in this country. So many people.
There's another movie right there. That's one of the ones I've done as well.
Great work. We hope that when your work is done, you can.
And that guy was in Black Panther, by the way. This guy here, he played Black Panther, the first one, the father, the younger version of the father.
Oh.
I put him in his first feature film, and then he stayed in Atlanta and shot Black Panther next.
Wow.
He shot this first, and then stayed and shot Black Panther.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We hope to see Ugandan actors, on the international scene as well.
Yes.
Sabat, thank you very much for coming, and we hope that you keep us updated on the stages of the progress that you're making.
Yes, absolutely.
With us here, you're always welcome here. Whenever you're in the country, please let us know so that we can follow you around and see what you're working with.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank you very much for joining us. Sabat Davis, an American multi-talented guy. He's a boxing fan, but he's also a movie content creator and producer, joining us today for Reality on the Ground. Unfortunately, time doesn't allow us to go any past this, so from the crew, Rita Kanya and Malaki Vera Odera, my name is David Rukasi. We're signing out. Have yourselves a lovely Friday. The Muslims, please don't forget, today is the day for you to go for your prayers, so make sure you don't miss out on the prayers. And for Catholics and Christians, make sure that you go to church on Sunday. You have yourself a lovely day and a lovely weekend. Be good to one another. Let's catch up Monday, first thing, 6:30 a.m.
You're watching Morning at NTV.